Curious to see if they're going to put the 21 of Pearson back where he was. I believe he was running in the number 5 position. Again, I'm no track official, but if it was up to me, that's the call that I would make from what I saw out of turn 4. That may not be the case, though. Well, we've got the cone out here. The start cone back on the front straightaway. We are not far from going back to racing action. It's been a long weekend, Brian. I hope our listeners can hear. I mean, my voice is just about shot.
Actually, your voice is probably better than mine was last year.
Oh, man. I felt so bad for you last year.
This guy was telling me he played back last year's Budweiser Nationals.
Yeah, I was listening to it, and I'm thinking, oh, man. And to perform through that and come back on the next day strong, I tell you, a great performance, man. That was a tough deal for you last year.
I wasn't giving up.
I know what this race means to you personally, growing up out here and having the pleasure to work with Mike Mosier, your mentor, and I know that you'd never let him down, and
no.
He's definitely proud of you, buddy.
Well, I appreciate that. It's an honor to do this. And we're back to racing, race fans.
Michael Johnson brings them back to the green flag. Look at Chris McKellar down low. He's trying to make a bid for that top spot side by side on a turn 2. Down the back straightaway. Chris McKellar's got the line getting in. Johnson tries to slam the door. They're going to go door to door out of turn 4 at the stripe. Michael Johnson holds him off, but how long can he do it?
I don't know, man. McKellar right there. He has a little bit of an edge right now as they come out of turn number 2.
This is what we talk about with the G60 tire under caution. You get a little heat in them. You cool them off. They seal up. Let's hope that didn't happen to the 22 of Johnson. He's been very fast up front as a leader. He's been fast all weekend long. We'll see if he can hold off a hard-charging Chris McKellar.
Yeah, McKellar is really hungry right now, race fans, I tell you. But he's got that 32 at Tina Powell's right there in tow. Here comes the 33 now. Kel Kenke, he's worked his way up to the 4th spot.
Kenke is making his way, sneaking through the field. 14 laps down, 14 down, 11 to go. Heavy smoke out of the 128 of Brandon Jennings.
Yeah.
He is the last car on the lead lap. Johnson, McKellar, Pounds, Kenke. Dotson now in the top 5.
Had Dotson right there in the mix.
Well, the problem with it, the top 5 all running the same line all the way around the track, high on the straightaways, down low in the corners. Dotson had a big push out of turn 2 last time around. Actually cost him about a car length in distance between him and Kenke. Jennings off the track now in the 128 up on the infield. Heavy smoke out of the back of that car. No caution. Oh, trouble in turns 1 and 2. Wow. The 51... Gavin Manning got into the back of Wayne Dotson. Everybody kept moving.
What happened to the G6 of the Outlaw?
The Outlaw, Ricky Childress on the infield. He calls it a night, parks the G6.
It's still the 22. See Michael Johnson out front.
Still got Chris McKellar right there with him on his tailpipe. Everybody single file through turns 1 and 2. Ethan Dotson having some handling issues with that 3AC. It's got to push on the exit of turn 2. It's costing him everything he reels in here on the straightaway. 19 laps down, 6 laps to go.
Boy, Johnson's starting to try. He's trying to pull away from that 18C at McKellar. There's a little bit of a gap now.
Johnson getting better on these long runs. 20 down, 5 laps remain here at the Budweiser National Sport and Mod feature. This is it for all the marbles and the big guitar.
Can he repeat? Can he grab both nights of the Budweiser National?
He may be the guy that breaks the prediction that Mike Patterson made from our live remote at Chewy's. He said no one's going to sweep. Michael Johnson, that's right. I think he heard him.
I hope he brought the broom.
Well, we're going to find out here in lap traffic as the leaders are at the back markers. Lap traffic may be what settles this one here.
It could be a factor right now with the 22 in.
Look at Tina Pounds. Tina Pounds all over the back of the 18 of McKellar. She's putting the heat on him.
Oh, Matt Mayo spins around over in turn number 3. Contact, possibly. Nope.
Caution is out on lap 23.
Chris Falkenberg up in the wall on turn number 3 and 4.
We are 23 laps in. 2 laps remain. Your leader is Michael Johnson, Chris McKellar, Tina Pounds, Cale Kankey, and Ethan Dotson are your top 5.
It always comes down to these last-minute yellow flags.
These quick little shootouts. Now, this is what we've seen here on the restarts in this one. You take these restarts, you cool things off, you get everybody in line, get them all settled in. Chris McKellar has been very, very good on the restarts. In fact, he's been a little better than Michael Johnson. On the long runs, Johnson's been the guy. We'll see what happens here. This may benefit the 18 of Chris McKellar.
Yeah. Yeah. And just to remind people, he is your 2017 Sport Mod champion here at the Bakersfield Speedway. Also won the Duel in the Desert last year.
That's a big one.
So, you gotta factor all that stuff in there. The guy is methodical. He really does study the game of racing. So but now,
you can counteract that argument with 2 words right now. Michael Johnson.
Yeah.
He is so good.
All you got to say is MJ.
That's right.
That's it.
He is so good here at Bakersfield, and we've seen him.
He's good across town. He's good anywhere he goes.
This would be a big win for him given the year that he's had in the events and totaling a race car and destroying it, having it rebuilt and destroying it again.
Yeah.
This is a new car for him.
Exactly.
What a way to break in a car that's only got a few races on it, to park it in Victory Lane at the Bud Nationals.
And then call it a season. And then
I'd say that's a good
desert. Yeah.
That's a good way to go out right there.
You got to give the man props, I tell you. Can't take nothing away from him.
Not at all.
Something going wrong with the 04 of Austin Manzella. He's going the wrong way on the racetrack.
That's not good, Austin. Black flag is out.
Black flag for Matt Mayo.
Matt Mayo gets the black flag from Doug Ryan. He's quick to get off the track there in turn 1 at the exit.
Not sure what was going on there.
I think it was because he was the reason for the caution.
You're right. That would be it.
Okay, we've got 23 laps down. 2 laps remain. Michael Johnson is your leader. Can he hold these guys off? We're going to find out here in just a few minutes. The cone is out on the front stretch for the restart. I don't know, man. All bets are off. Austin Manzella back on the track. Looks like he's going to get his spot in line back for this restart. Right behind the 3AC of Ethan Dotson, who sits in the 5th spot. Manzella will line up number 6.
Now we lose the 51V of Von Vandera. He pulls it to the infield. Looks like he's got a right front flat.
There's the signal from Doug Ryan. Keep them tight, boys. Bumper to bumper. We're going green next time out of turn 4.
The fastest 2 laps you'll see. And the most exciting 2 laps.
This is going to be some of the most exciting laps we're going to see all weekend.
They're going to bite your nails off, race fans. I know the spouses of these 2 drivers will.
Yeah. I can just imagine.
What? Okay, yeah. All right, Doug's going to indicate one more time.
Okay, we're going to try it again. There's one thing I love about dirt track racing on Saturday nights, especially down here in California, the smell of the fuel in the air. Mm-hmm. The dust. I mean, as much as we complain about the dust,
just open the window, Corey.
It's part of what we love, and you got to appreciate it.
Oh, I love the smell of the fuel.
There's nothing like the smell of the fuel on a Saturday night.
Yep.
Here we go at a turn 4. Green flag. Michael Johnson leads him out of the 4th turn down the front straightaway. We're going green, white, checkered.
Boy, look who's making the move. It's Ethan Dotson as he makes that pass on the 04M of Austin Manzella.
There's the white flag for Michael Johnson. It's about 16 seconds away from a Budweiser Nationals championship. Can he hold him off out of turn 2? Puts the power on the ground, drives away about a car length and a half between him and Chris McKellar. Hard into turn 3, nice and smooth at the apex out of turn 4. Yeah. Michael Johnson picks up the win. McKellar will finish second. Pounds, Kankey. Then it's Dotson, Manzella, Jason Nation, and Wayne Dotson. What a run. We're going to go to victory lane with Brian Smith, your announcer here, Bakersfield Speedway. He's going to talk to Michael Johnson. No, we'll go to victory lane with Mike Patterson's going to go to victory lane to talk to Michael Johnson. It's the Mike and Mike Show. Mike Patterson's going to take the mic down to talk to Mike.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's pulling into victory lane once again for night number 2. I'm out here going to eat a little crow because I said nobody's going to sweep the weekend. Well, I was wrong, and it took none other than Michael Johnson, the 22C, to prove me wrong. Here he is, your winner, sweeping the weekend in the IMCA Northern Sport Mods. He's going to take his pictures real quick, and yes, Corey, I was wrong. I admit it.
I was just going to say that was one reason I didn't take that bet, because of guys like this, Mike Patterson.
Well, you know, the way Mike Johnson rode yesterday compared to the way he drove tonight, yesterday he battled through. Tonight he just dominated and left everybody. So I'm going to come over here. You know, I think you need to change that Budweiser guitar to a Budweiser boom, because you just swept the weekend in the IMCA Sport Mods, baby.
Yeah, that's pretty good. It's fun tonight. I've seen Chris poke his nose under me a few times, and when I moved down, there was a lot more rubber being laid down, and it was pretty good off the bottom.
Now, who do you want to thank on this car? Because I know you got a whole bunch of sponsors. I mean, you had help tonight because you lost your air filter cover during the heat races.
Yeah, I don't know if I hurt the motor, but the fuel is definitely an issue right now. It wouldn't run under yellow. I had to keep the RPMs up. But it's all right. We'll fix it. Skinny's Automotive, All It Up Graphics, RPM Collision Center. Let me see. Moxie Media Promotions, Victory Circle Race Cars, Stevenson Suspension. My mom, my dad, my family, my wife, my kids, everyone that makes this possible. This is awesome.
Well, here he is, ladies and gentlemen. He's got 2 of them for the weekend. The clean sweep for Michael Johnson in the IMCA Sport Mods. All right, Corey, I'm sending it back up to you guys in the Mike Mosier Tower.
Congrats to Michael Johnson, the 22C. He has had one heck of a year, some big, big ups and some low, low lows.